we have a fresh, never-before-seen Super Mario World Kaizo level, raced by some of the best players out there, made by very, very cool, talented, and great makers, and watched by some of the coolest Kaizo friends and fans that you could ask for. That's you. So put some hype in chat. We're going to have fun. It's week 348. The level is Pop Star, from a new maker making their ROM hack races debut in high-flying style, DappleNet. Now, the racers don't know anything about the level, but they do know the difficulty rankings. And for this week, we've also given them a little bit of information about what kind of tech they'll need. So this one, some big numbers tonight. Execution is a 7 out of 10. They know that the complexity is 7 out of 10. The racers also know that there are 2 sections, and they know that this is an advanced Cape level. And so we'll see how that goes. Cape is a very deep and challenging rabbit hole, possibly, actually I think definitely the sort of deepest rabbit hole of tech that is available in SMW. There are so many fantastically cool and challenging things you can do with the Cape, and the racers are going to have to dig deep for some skills tonight to get through it. So I want to give quick shout outs to the testers who gave their time throughout the week to play this and give some feedback and get it ready to go. This week we had Mason SMW, Mithrillionaire, and Blue Ribbon High Life testing the level and giving it those rankings. We've got the ever wonderful BD on the restream tonight, pushing the buttons, making everything look great. And we've got 3 friends watching all of the racers to rotate in whoever is taking the lead. So hopefully we're going to get to see all the clears. Thank you for scouting Blue Ribbon High Life, Star-Lord, and Citrus Gremlin. And, oh yeah, there's some other things too. We had 7 racers. That's right. 7 whole friends have signed up tonight for this big level. B2, Bunker Games 82, Endless Ascent, Germdove, Ike SMB, Louis Douce, and X Gamer 2009. We've got Ike, Germdove, B2, and Bunker Games on your screen right now, but we are going to rotate folks in as they're making progress, taking the lead. If you'd like to if you'd like to a little bit lore about LOM hack laces, you can go over to romhackraces.com. That's our official site. You can download this patch plus any of the other patches that we've raced. Jump on our Discord server. You can get the patches right on Discord with the /get level command, or maybe you want to try out that ROM hack races base ROM from Ampersand and Underway for your next ROM hack racing project. I'm GlitchCat. Hi, that's me. And if you have any questions, please feel free to just shout it out in chat. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about tech or how the level works or what's going on, if you got here late, you didn't learn something, let me know, and I'm going to try to explain things for us along the way. We are just about ready to go, so please make some noise for your favorite friends in chat. In 3, 2, 1, video games. Let's do it. So, oh yeah, R.I.P. Brian Wilson. Gone but not forgotten. You know, let's have some good vibrations and get this level off to a good start. And as we're getting started, I have to give shout-outs to Glasgow and the Scottish Kaizo community. DappleNet wanted to make sure they got some shout-outs, and I think they deserve some shout-outs too. So all the way from Scotland, thank you for making this level, and let's do it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, the info boxes are just kind of giving you a little bit of flavor text here. And Ike, Germdove, Louis, and X Gamer getting ready to go. So we've got Cape, and like I said, there is a lot going on with Cape. That is a very complicated and stylish kind of thing to do in SMW. You can fly with the B button, puff your Cape out, and now you're doing the Cape pump version of flying. You can also spin fly, which is just kind of spinning and going straight up in the air. Regular flight, I'll call it normal, and spin flight. Spin flight, you cannot gain height consistently. Spin flight, you can think of like a big jump, with the Cape assisting you to go a little bit higher. With the Cape puffed out, you can do normal flight, and you'll be able to bob Mario's head down, push backwards on the D-pad, and continue to bounce up and down and sort of actually fly forward. You're seeing Ike and Germdove using regular fly up here, going into a dive state by holding forward on the control pad, and Mario's going to go straight down. You can pull back to get out of that dive state, and that's going to let them dive sharply and get under the first obstacle here. So first thing, and we got to avoid the goal tape. If you touch that goal tape, you would win the level, except for Mario is going to just kind of poof off and fall into the pit, and then you're not going to be able to win, so it's not really going to do you any good. Yeah, Ike over here in the upper left-hand corner, already looking for some cheese. Ike is a very creative player and really one to kind of think about not what the level wants them to do, but what can they do at all. Absolutely creative and notorious cheeser. Ike does things their own way, and sometimes it pays off in a race, and sometimes maybe it won't. So we'll see how that works out for Ike. Looks like Louis, Endless Ascent over here in the lower right, and Germdove in the upper left, trying to start out to make sense of this. We've got a lot of things on screen, and the players are going to have to parse that out and figure out what it is that they want to do. Here's Ike, though. Now, Ike's cheese might actually give him a little bit of information, because Ike is being able to see a little bit more about what's coming up in the level, as opposed to racers who are kind of just hanging out here at the beginning. For what it's worth, Ike is using a sticky fly technique. By dive bombing under the edge of a platform like that and then pulling up, Mario gets kind of stuck in an upward rising position. Mario hasn't finished rising out of the dive bomb, and so your head is permanently stuck to the ceiling for as long as there is a ceiling above you. Used to be considered a TAS-only trick, but in modern times, players have just gotten so good at it that it is pretty standard in the wheelhouse for Cape players. Endless Ascent here. It's kind of bobbing back and forth. You're going to see those turnarounds. You're holding Y or X. You're holding a run button. Two run buttons in Mario World. Y and X both do the same thing. You're holding one of those two buttons, and then by switching to the other button mid-air, Mario will spin his cape and turn around. Normally, it is a 50-50 kind of frame rule chance whether or not you end up facing the different direction, left or right. In the case of our ROM Hack Races base ROM that I presume this level was made on, that has been patched to be consistent. And unpatched turnarounds is a whole other can of worms that we may or may not have time to get into here tonight. But suffice to say, Cape is a deep system of tech, so we'll see how it goes. But Ike in the upper left, learning some things, trying to get some cheese, and Louis over here in the lower left, also looking for just kind of experimenting, learning some cheese. They know that the difficulty ranking is high in this level, and so I'm not surprised to see some kind of experiments here. But we've got a mushroom, right? We got that mushroom out of the box. And it looks like Louis in the lower left kind of has an idea here. Yep. Yeah, Louis. They are moving that mushroom along, spinning while you're flying. Press the Y or X, spin the mushroom out of the block. The cape spin while flying will open boxes. It could destroy enemies. It will make turn blocks start rotating. Lots of things you can do with that. But here we're using it to get it out of the block. And it looks like, yeah, Germdove up here in the upper right also kind of starting to work with this a little bit. Now, you might notice the blue shell that is situated below the yellow turn block there. You can see it on Endless Ascent's screen there for a minute, and Germdove as well. When you dive bomb, say hold forward, you'll see Mario go into that dive bomb state. That can create a shockwave. When you land on the ground in a dive bomb state, it'll shake the whole screen, and it will activate certain items, certain sprites. In this case, the blue shell is flipping up to hit the block below it, and that is creating a vine, which it deletes the muncher above it and will allow that mushroom to pass right through. So if you're watching Louis in the lower left, that's how Louis got the mushroom out of there. We got B2 coming in the lower right-hand side. Also, again, just want to remind you all, please, open conversation. Feel free to ask questions. There is a lot going on here with Cape. I assume a lot of people already know these kinds of things, but I try to gear my commentary towards folks who might be a little bit unfamiliar with Kaizo and stuff. So please, don't be a stranger. There's a lot going on here, and if you want to try to learn something, it is always cool to ask, just so you know you're invited, and I hope you do. Wait. Ike? Wait, what? Ike? Hey, wait a minute. What? Hey, wait, Ike? Was that, did they just pass a checkpoint? Wait. Wait a minute. Okay, no, Ike not at a checkpoint, but I saw a checkpoint on screen. So we may get a little cheese. Ike, yeah, I mean, if I were Ike, I would take it. So yeah, we're sticky flying under the bottom here, looking for some cheese in this level. Now keep in mind too, this doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. Cheese is fun, and I hope it can be seen that way, because it can be fun, it can be interesting to make your own kind of path. What are the tooth-looking things called? Those are clouds. They do look like teeth, though, don't they? But those are cloud blocks. They are semi-solid, so they're only on the top of them. Some of the clouds are facing to the right or up or whatever, but they are semi-solid, so you can pass through them one way, but not back the way you came. So you see, like, below the goal, they're facing to the right. You can pass from the left, but not back to the right. They do look like teeth. No, they absolutely do. They do look like teeth. But I mean, teeth, clouds, whatever. What are the actual clouds called? Those would be called Lakitu's cloud. Or Lakutu, I guess. Or if you really want to be Japanese about it, Juguma. That's his Japanese name. Looks like Louis, though, maybe abandoning... Louis, abandoning a quest for cheese. Teeth clouds. Oh, I like this. So maybe Louis. Ike is still kind of looking for some cheese here in the bottom. By sticky flying under there, they're kind of able to get in here, but they don't have the mushroom. And presumably, we're escorting this mushroom, right? We're going to need that for later. Here's Louis, though, kind of moving towards maybe what might be sort of the intended solution here. We're guiding the mushroom along. It's going to slide along those silver 1F0 tiles. Only sprites can interact with those tiles. They look like little silver nets or gates, I guess. Only sprites interact with those. Mario does not. And that will move the mushroom along to the next area. Germ Dove, meanwhile, in the upper right-hand corner. Looks like they're looking for intended solutions here. And Germ Dove using Spin Fly. They see the blue on-off block on the side there, and that's going to open the gate and allow the mushroom to get through. But we've got to, looks like we got to keep juggling that mushroom, or we got to get Mario through. So a lot to kind of parse out on the screen here, and, you know, whether or not you're going for the intended strat or looking for cheese, it still is kind of a tricky, that's why the complexity factor is high. And looks like Louis Duce, yeah, look out there. Louis Duce in the lower left-hand corner, looks like they may have a pretty good play for the end. And this appears to be why we need the mushroom. There are a bunch of munchers down there where Louis is, and we're going to need to run forward. Iframes only last for so long, and so we're going to need to use that mushroom. That's true, Louis got that knowledge. I didn't even yet get to tell you that these races are often a dichotomy between consistency and one-shots. But maybe tonight, the secret third thing will really come into play, which would be insight. Whether or not the racers can just kind of have enough insight to figure out what the heck is going on in a very complicated level here. So we'll see if they can be consistent enough to get back to where they already need to be, or if they will be knowledgeable enough to one-shot something. Oh, no, and it looks like Ike, excuse me, what was that? Yeah, Ike in the upper left-hand corner. Ike is not going to be able to get the checkpoint that way because those cloud teeth are going to block them from passing back from the right-hand side. Mason, thank you for the 50 months. Thank you for testing this level this week and for being such a kind and cool volunteer. It's been a long, fun time with ROM Hack Races, and we are not even close to being done yet. So there's Ike, yeah. Sticky flying. But see, right in that position, you see the checkpoint, but Ike can't go to the left to get the checkpoint. Actually, there might be a way. Actually, I kind of do see a way Ike might want to do that, but Ike is just caping on their way here. I think Ike might be trying to just go for broke and actually get to the end. Some really tricky cape maneuvers from Ike right now. Notice they're flying backwards. By tapping B while you're regular flying, you can slow yourself down to the point that you've gotten negative speed. And that will allow you to kind of fly backwards with your cape puffed out like that. And then by really carefully kind of rocking forward and backward at the right time, you can back up off that wall, cape pump, and still manage to gain height. So just like ask questions and watch out for the really tricky intricacies involved with cape here. Louis, look out, Louis Duce trying to make the final mushroom run. The checkpoint would be at the end of that. They see it. Wow, so what kind of world are we living in here where Ike is going for broke on some cheese and Louis Duce appears to be trying to work out a normal strategy? What happened? This is bizarro world ROM hack racing here. But a very intricate level tonight with very intricate cape tech. Man, I can't talk. I don't know why they put me in charge of talking. Yeah, it looks like Ike, man. Keep your eyes on Ike because they are using such a really incredible amount of skill. Ike is really good at cape, and it is possible to just be this good at cape, locking into that sticky fly below the ground. I want to point out just how much skill it takes to do what Ike is doing. We talk about cheese, and Louis, oh my gosh, down at the checkpoint, so close, man. So close. But, you know, we talk a lot about cheese as being easier, and I think in this case, the cheese is not easier. Ike is demonstrating just an absurd amount of delicacy and finesse with the cape right now to make this cheese happen in the first place, and I really, really applaud that effort. Not sure what their plan is here since they're blocked off with the Kaizos. I think they're trying to go on the gray block, and here goes Louis in the lower left. Louis, I think they might get it. Oh! Oh! Oh, they stopped to read the message box, but they still got it. Yo, there it is. Wow. Louis Douce with the intended strats, guiding that mushroom the whole way so they can have enough iframes at the end to be able to do that muncher run. Wow, Louis Douce, intended strats. Where are we right now? So now Louis is presented with an interesting situation at this checkpoint. To start out the second section, they're going to get shot out of that cannon, and they're going to want speed. They're going to run off the edge. There it is. They're running off the edge, and they're going to be able to preserve their cape flight because when you have P-speed, you have takeoff meter. And as long as your takeoff meter is full and you're in the air, your cape will automatically puff out like that. So by having P-speed and running off the edge, there goes the cape, and they're able to get right into that flight state and get under the second large H. Meanwhile, Ike, though, I'm fascinated by this... I'm fascinated by what Ike is trying to do. I think at this point they understand, like, okay, this is how I would beat this level. Like, I think Ike knows what to do. But they are doing it their way, and I like that. I like that ROM hack races can be something like that, where it's just like, I mean, it's... The level tries to strongly suggest what you ought to do, but, you know, if you think you can find a way, you should probably try. You play it how you want to play it. I think the one-ups are just for decoration. I'm not sure. Maybe they are indicating something that I'm not picking up on. But I think they are just for decoration to look nice. And, you know, we got infinite lives here, so we don't really need them. But, you know, it's nice to just grab them. I like the one-up sound. It makes a lovely sound, and they're fun to get. But Ike on the second checkpoint right now. Yes, okay, using that gray platform. Yeah. So that gray winged platform. The whole line of red outlined blocks, those are Kaizo blocks. They will become solid when you hit them from below. But by standing on that gray platform and not jumping, the gray platform will move you right up through the Kaizo blocks. It's a kind of a trick to avoid Kaizo blocks and require the movement on the gray platform in that moment. I think that's what Ike, maybe is what Ike is trying to do. I think they recognize that they can stand on that platform to get through, but they're just not getting up there. Oh, yeah, you know, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. One of the numbered platforms isn't spawning for Ike. I mean, they would be able, with a lot of finesse and a lot of skill, they would be able to fly up there and just get on the gray platform. That is the goal in that moment. For Ike, anyway. I mean, not when you're doing the intended strats, but Ike, that could work. It could work. I'm curious to see. I like that they're just kind of blazing their own trail here. Meanwhile, too, we got Germ Dove and B2 on the right-hand side of your screen. Kind of trying to work through this right now. Getting their movements consistent. This is definitely still anybody's race. But Louis looking more and more consistent by the moment on the second section, kind of taking an early lead. I think the race right now is Louis and maybe Ike if they can get this cheese. They seem very committed to trying to cheese this, and I respect that. So B2 here, making some progress. They're definitely getting the hang of escorting this mushroom. B2 on the right, using the cape spin to get the mushroom up on those 1F0s, and they just have to time that spin correctly. But they certainly can go ahead a little bit and see what's coming up later, which might kind of help you kind of win the mental game. Can you sticky fly under a row of Kaizo blocks that haven't been revealed yet? Correct. You definitely can. You certainly can do that. That's kind of a common obstacle. Once you're sticky flying under them, you'll start to just pop them off one by one with the cape. But yeah, Ike back again, trying to get up to this gray platform. Or, you know, maybe, it's hard to tell. I'm not really sure what's going on in Ike's brain right now. They may be trying to sticky fly underneath the yellow pillars that are blocking their path in that moment. I could see that going either way. Maybe what Ike really wants to do is keep the flight as long as possible, so they can just kind of fly to the end. Yeah, it looks like Ike is just actually trying to get enough dive in that moment, and they can't land because they need to preserve their flight. If they landed on those carrot platforms, they would not be able to get their flight back. You have to run at least a certain amount to get your P meter up. But Louis, now with a chance here, yeah, Louis. Okay, Louis kind of working through the motions. I like that. Even though Louis lost the cape, they still played out that attempt and just kind of worked out the motions to kind of feel what that will feel like when they get it right. X Gamer, though, in the upper right-hand corner, a chance for some progress here. They want to open the turn block and let that mushroom out. Oh, X Gamer. Oh, man. X Gamer with a chance for big progress. They could get the checkpoint from this. X Gamer got a move right now. We're seeing some challenges coming up. Oh, with the pause strat. Go! Oh! Yo, man, they had that. Oh, that was it. X Gamer very often uses pauses to kind of stop and take a look at the situation. And that really helped them out there, but they just missed that little jump right up onto the ledge to get that checkpoint. Nice try. So we could see a challenge here. Louis getting a challenge from X Gamer coming up. Yeah, that's tricky. That keeps you on your toes. X Gamer has really been coming out lately and showing their stuff. Only 17 completed ROM hack races thus far, but they've already been on the podium one time. So we could see 2 for X Gamer and could be their first place tonight. Well, that's why, you know, maybe it's a little mean, but I think these racers are up to it. Check this out. Yo, X Gamer right back where they want to be. Oh, can they make it? No. No, I can't make it. Nice try, though. They know what they want. X Gamer definitely has all the info right now. And now they just need to be consistent in order to get back and capitalize on their knowledge. Meanwhile, Louis got the cape on a good run here, and they definitely know they want to spin jump there by running against the grain. So you're seeing those carrot platforms move along that 1F0. And by running against the grain of those, they kind of drag you back. So you kind of run in place, and that is what's generating P meter. So even though it doesn't look like they have enough runway to do it, see how they're running, but they're kind of not actually moving forward? Here goes Louis again for that same attempt. Yeah, by just running for long enough in that kind of state, you are able to generate P speed, and that's how Louis is getting up in the air there. It is, yeah, Travis, I agree with that. Yeah, at a glance, a little busy, but then you start to get into it and you realize, oh, like, this is readable, this works. And I'm liking to see the light bulb coming on for these racers. X Gamer with a chance at it in the lower right. Jump for it. They got the jump. Okay, they just need to make that little step up. They got it. Nicely done. Nicely done. X Gamer taking advantage. They jumped right at the end of their iframes there because they knew their iframes were going to run out. And so they jumped to get a little bit more distance, and that's what got them the checkpoint in that moment. Very nicely done. Good presence of mind from X Gamer there. Having an intuitive sense of the duration of your own iframes is a clutch skill to have, not only in Kaizo, but in lots of games. Just knowing exactly how long those iframes are going to last for you can get you maybe a little bit more movement, a little more position. You're not freaking out. You're just kind of taking it easy. You know you have the time. So X Gamer now putting the challenge on for Louis. Dang, going toe to toe with one of the best here, X Gamer. Oh. What does the I stand for? I don't think there's an accepted definition. Invincibility frames, invulnerability frames. Usually, I think one of those two things. I've always said invincibility frames because you're invincible, but I've heard people say invulnerability as well. Irritable frames. Yeah, the first 40 frames after I wake up in the morning. Hey, come on down to irritable frames. Hey, you gonna buy some windows or not? I'm busy here. Get out of my face. You pressed iframes, referring to me. That is incorrect. The correct answer is you. That was a deep kind of Simpsons cut. Sorry if you didn't get that one. B2 looking for a checkpoint of their own here, but they got to figure out how to hit that switch. But the story right now, X Gamer versus Louis. Toe to toe on the second checkpoint. And X Gamer is certainly just flying right through this. Oh, skipping that 4 carrot platform. Oh, but they need it. Ah, yes. There have to be 3 carrot platforms there in order for them to do that little platform trick to get speed. So right now, X Gamer is skipping that platform with a 4 on it, and that is making it so they cannot get the next sequence correct. But I think they'll put that together pretty soon. Louis, meanwhile, just cruising along with that trademark Louis Douce consistency. And Ike over here just committed, man. They are just committed to this cheese. You are really getting to see some incredible cape skill. I want to just reiterate that normally we're talking about cheese as being easier. You know, cheese really is just like doing it in an unintended way, right? You're supposed to guide the mushroom and do all this stuff, but Ike is choosing not to. They're doing it a different way, therefore they are cheesing it. What Ike is doing is not easier than what is actually being asked of them by the level. Not in any way, shape, or form. The amount of cape nuance that they're using. Yeah, in this case, the cheese is a flex, for sure. Or, you know, it's just Ike making the challenge that they want to have. And you see that, I think, at the top levels in Kaizo especially, is just folks, I know I could do it a different way. And I appreciate too, you know, not necessarily, we say ROM hack races, we're here to have a fun time and make a cool community event for everybody. It's not so hardcore that, well, we have to win, and if you win, you are the best, and if you lose, you are not the best. We're all here having fun, trying our skills out against a tough level. And when I see folks doing something like this where they're just trying to cheese it, I like that and appreciate that light-hearted approach to what we're doing here. Is it a race? Yeah, but the race is the fun thing that we just like, yeah, it's a race, whatever. What we're really here to do is just see some great skills and work on ourselves as players. And I like that Ike is really exemplifying that with their strats tonight. The amount of control it takes for Ike to just kind of hang in one spot like this while they're caping is really, really remarkable. Okay, X Gamer getting the hang of using that 4 numbered carrot platform. They know they want that because that's going to produce 3 carrot platforms for them to run on, like I said. I was thinking that too. Yeah, that's what I noticed earlier. Uh-oh, here goes Louis, though. Look out. Louis getting a little bit of progress and a look at another section. Louis pausing to just kind of take a look at this. Yeah, sometimes that's really helpful, just to pause and just take a look at what's going on. So carrot platforms are sprites, not objects. The checkpoint is an object, so that wouldn't be contributing. My guess is that somehow there are extra sprites loaded because of the way Ike is doing that cheese. That wouldn't be loaded if they did it the intended way, and that extra sprite loading is causing one of them to unspawn. It might be the bonsai bill that they're not killing. I think that maybe contribute, because normally you would get rid of that on the intended path, even though it's not on screen. Sprite slots are a whole kind of magic that some folks know very intimately. I do not, but yeah, my guess would be that there's just kind of some extra sprites hanging around in there somewhere. Oh, and what's this? Ike. Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe the decorative one-ups they're not hitting. Yeah, that could be it as well. Yeah, something didn't get destroyed that would have been destroyed on the regular path. Okay, so Ike trying to actually they actually tried to go over the gray platform there for a minute, but it didn't work out for him. Oh, a bonsai bill. I like that. That's fun. Oh no, did we lose Louis' stream? Oh no. Internet troubles. Oh dear. Internet troubles. Look out, streamer. Internet. Don't worry. I bet they'll be back. Meanwhile, though, we still got someone on the second section here. X Gamer. Man, this is seriously. I like to be impartial. I want to celebrate everybody's skills and achievements here, but X Gamer would be looking for their very first place if they could pull this off, and going toe to toe with Louis Douce on the second checkpoint could be huge. Yo, there. Oh, yo. Wait, B2 with the H? Well, maybe my wait, maybe my stream's a little behind. I'm still seeing B2 working on the first section here. I'm gonna reload my viewing window to make sure that I'm up to date with everything. Yeah, B2's a little bit behind for me. I am just now seeing them grab that H. Nicely done, though, B2. I'm going to real quick reload my viewer to make sure that all the streams I'm watching on a little special tool that we have to hopefully make sure the commentary lines up with the action on screen. So I'm just reloading real quick to make sure I'm not lagging behind. Yeah, so X Gamer now figuring out how to work through those carrot platforms. We got Bunker Games coming in here in the lower right-hand side. X and Ike up top. B2, newest member of the second H Club, coming up in the lower right-hand corner. B2 is a very determined player. I see them all the time just showing this really extraordinary determination. They just put their mind to a task and they just keep working on it. And you just like, maybe a little frustration, maybe sometimes they don't know, but they just like put their head down and just get to work. And they just have seen them bust through some really tough situations. So still looking for a first. I say it is anybody's game here. And yes, we got him back. Louis Douce coming back in here in the lower left. Yo, there it is. Okay, X Gamer figured out how they want to arrange those carrot platforms for maximum P-speed ability. Yep, X Gamer's got the strat now. You might see them refine that strat a little bit. No, sorry, we got Bunker back. All right. Louis working through some things. Don't worry. Yeah, here it is though. X Gamer getting consistent. Yep, and see, same thing as Louis. They're working through those movements. They see the shell that they want to activate with the ground stomp. They see that they want to dive there. So even though they lost the cape, they're still working those movements out and kind of figuring out what their available range of motion is. That's a really good policy to kind of follow. I've always said you sort of, especially in Kaizo, especially in something like this, you want to go down swinging. You know, you want to. By that I mean, die trying to do the inputs. Don't just like let go of the controller and just be like, well, I'm dead. Like, go down swinging, and you might get yourself a little bit of extra practice in something. Even though they didn't have the cape, they're practicing the movements that they're going to use when they have the cape. Man, these pauses, yo, X Gamer very one to really take advantage of the pause button, and I think we could all learn from that a little bit. I know I probably could. It's just pause, take a look at it, and then keep moving. Yeah, they're just always kind of getting themselves ready, getting situated. It's clever. Bunker Games down here in the lower right, working through this mushroom escort in the first section. Louis dealing with some pretty nasty hardware issues. Oh, sorry, Louis. Oh, sorry. Sorry, friend. Little bit of cheese caught in the CPU, maybe. Louis, just such a wonderful player. Class act, that Louis do say. Absolute class act. Well, say this is, you know, say it's going to open up the door maybe for someone else to come through here. Bunker looking pretty sharp. B2 quickly assimilating to the task at hand. And Bunker, yeah, they're not going for cheese. They're just going to figure this out and make it happen. And meanwhile, Ike down here, or up here in the upper left, still just kind of floating along on a breeze, on a wish, a little wisp on the wind. Oh, yo, the sync up there for a minute. X Gamer and B2. Yeah, well, now we'll see if Ike has managed to understand what they want out of the level. Well, yeah, Ike may have realized that they're missing a platform, or they're trying something that wouldn't require the platforms at all. Still, though, cheese or no cheese, just a remarkable display of cape technical ability from Ike tonight. I don't know if they know they're missing a platform, though. They've never seen that section without it. We'll see. We'll see what Ike does. As of now, they're still going for it. But meanwhile, X Gamer and B2 just getting right through here. X Gamer sharper every time, man. Oh. Yo, oh yeah, those pauses, man. Yeah, he wouldn't know what he's missing necessarily. Oh, wait. Oh, geez, Ike, are you actually gonna... Oh, man. I think I know what Ike might be thinking right now, which is build a bridge out of these Kaizo blocks and use it to get P-Speed again. Yo, that would actually work, yes. Using B during the sticky fly to slow down would let Ike sneak up under those one-way clouds, yes. I think that would work for Ike. I'm not sure if Ike is doing that on purpose, or if he wants to do the whole thing. Not really sure what's going through his head, but you are correct. That would work for him. He could sneak behind those one-way clouds. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, man, see, that's smart. Yeah, blue TJB. I mean, TJB, an absolute cape genius in their own right. Yeah. Yeah, he can't sticky fly the whole thing, so he's going to try to build a bridge so that he can walk. Oh, my gosh. I got to see this. Oh, man, I got to see this. Yeah, because right, when you touch the gold tape, you are winning the level, but the level doesn't actually end, and so it doesn't really count as a win until Mario walks forward automatically, and then does his little victory pose, and then the level ends and you win. If you fall off and die, or something kills you during the victory walk, you die and it doesn't count, you go back to the beginning. And that's not like a rule, that's how SMW actually works, just to clarify. Oh, yo, oh, Bunker Games. Almost getting through there for the mushroom run, but they accidentally flipped that on-off switch again. How many tiles do you need for the walk? That's a good question. Off the top of my head, I don't know. There's Germ Dove down there in the lower left with an H. That's a good question. I bet someone knows that offhand. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. How many tiles do you need for the walk? I want to say like 8 or 9? It's kind of a long walk. I'm guessing, just making an educated guess. I'm not sure though. That's a good question. That feels like good information to have. Yeah, I want to say 8 or 9. But Germdove down here in the lower left, picking up that H, moving on to the second section. Germdove, B2, and X Gamer right now, working on section 2 out of 2. Is there a way to glitch into the gold tape to preserve some upward momentum with flight? No, that wouldn't work. You can preserve a little tiny bit of upward momentum, but not enough in this situation to do anything with it. I think the black tiles would be... Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes the black tiles are retextured munchers. In that case, they would be safe. The black tiles here are instant death, so they would still kill you. He might be able to, let's just say, for example, the bridge was fully built. It might be possible to touch the gold tape and land on the bridge. In that case, it'd be tight, and you might actually just fall into the pit, but you might be able to make it. That's the kind of thing that for me, it's a little hard to tell that by looking at it. I'd actually have to try it. You might be able to pull that off. Or touch the gold tape, like, backwards, kind of. You saw on B2 screen there how he had a little bit of, like, you have to actually touch the moving tape. Just getting, like, touching the uprights of that H isn't actually going to do it. You need to touch the sprite that is the gold tape itself. So... Oh, no, you know what you would do? Yeah, I see what Ike is looking at. What you would probably do is, stand on the gray... Like, you're up on top of there, you stand on the gray platform, and then you just kind of bop yourself over. Yeah, what Ike would do, what Ike is trying, I think would work, but I'm not sure if he can actually build the platform enough. Like, and get through it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. He's got to hit these from below, and meanwhile, he's trying to sneak back through every time. And I'm not actually sure if he can build the platform and sneak back through. But he's sure trying. Good luck, Ike. Good luck, man. Oh man, so cool. Meanwhile, X Gamer working through the second section, trying to get a little bit more progress on that spin fly obstacle, and B2 over here working hard as well. I got one eye on Ike while they're just trying to finagle this this platform section. Oh my gosh! Oh man! Oh man! Man. Well, that's the thing. You wouldn't if the last block you hit blocks everything off. Now the winged platform is just gonna push you down. You have to figure out how to finish that. Oh wait. I bet I know what, oh man, I know what I would do. If I were tasked with doing this situation the way Ike is trying to do it, I know what I would do. I would build the whole platform except for the one on the far right. And then I would use that platform to get flight. I would then spin fly underneath the platform by dropping down through the one on the far right. And like, maybe still that would be rough. You'd have to sticky fly it. Jeez, man, this is complicated. See what I mean about this cheese actually not being easier? Like, because you couldn't spin fly, you'd have to sticky fly. But if you were sticky flying under that whole platform bridge, you might be able to pop yourself off and sneak around the edge of the H and get back on top and touch it from on top and land up there. You know, I hear the wind sound. I'm like, oh, someone won, but like, no, they didn't. Okay, that's good info. Goal walk is about 10 tiles until the peace sign frees, and you walk a little bit more as the screen fades. If you're falling in the air but you're not in the pit, you still might live. Yeah, some levels have actually done that, like, on purpose. But Ike here, back again, trying for this cheese. Yeah, we need almost every bridge. Also, there is a black death block on the end of that. And if Ike touches that during the goal walk, that would be instant death. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is this possible? Oh, wait, no. Wait, Ike is trying something new here. Yeah, wait. Yeah, Ike has built enough of a bridge to get flight. I think Ike has realized that that wouldn't work. Ike built enough of a bridge to get flight, and now they're just flying through the middle of this. So Ike now, just kind of off in the blue, looking for whatever they can get. Now this is going to require some huge cape finesse from Ike, but anything is possible right now. Ike trying to fly through this 2-tile, it looks like. Oh my word. Yo, the backwards flying, though, from Ike right now. Oh, they're getting up. Yeah, they want to go up this channel because they could even land. Yeah, Ike would be able to land here. They do land. And now what? Okay, now they're looking. Oh my gosh. X Gamer, Germdove, B2, all working hard in the normal way. Meanwhile, Ike showing us how to do this cheese. Ike, man, they're off and running. This is a new situation for Ike. Oh no, the bonsai. Oh no. Oh geez. Okay, now Ike is taking a look at this situation. You can see the gears turning. Ike is looking at that bonsai bill and the 2-tile gap, and also the fact that there are death blocks where they would want to sticky fly. So I'm guessing that maybe Ike wants to land up there and crouch through that 2-tile and see what would happen. That would be my next play if it were me, but I'm sitting here talking to you, and that's fun too. Technically, yes, Ike has the most forward progress, but we'll see how that pays off. Oh, okay, did Louis make it that far? Right on, right on. But Germdove here, looking pretty sharp. So we've got, you know, in the intended strats, we've got another mushroom escort up here. They're going to get that mushroom out of the block, and then they're going to use the cape spin fly to flip that mushroom block over the little bump there. You notice those tan colored nets. You see those little tan tiles? Those are sprite killers. They do not want the mushroom to run into the sprite killer or it will be destroyed, and they need it in order to survive. Oh, yo, yeah, B2. A little bit of an interesting strat for that. They're just jumping around. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to actually touch the... If you can touch the uprights. But you actually have to touch the tape. The moving vertical tape in order to actually end the level. So you are able to kind of sneak around like that. Germdove making that work with 2. And yo, I think Germdove sees the path. Ike is getting really good at this bridge build, man. Holy cow. Like, look at him go. This is amazing. You know what's funny is this actually, like, I could see this as an intended obstacle, right? You could design a level where you actually had to build a bridge like this and use it to get flight, which is kind of funny. It's funny how the level is hard even if you're trying to cheese it. And Germdove, Germdove getting to that same point as Ike with maybe a little bit of cheese. We're really seeing some interpretive gameplay tonight, and that's really fascinating to me. I think that's making this race extra fun. Big shout outs to DappleNet for making this one for us tonight. Showing off their first ROM hack race level in freaking style, man. Ike back again though. Okay, this is where they lost it to the Bonsai Bill last time. So they know that Bonsai is coming up. Okay, slow flying under that, not diving. Yeah, they want to really control their speed here because they don't actually know what else is going to happen. Just impeccable control, man. Ike with just this really impeccable control. Now, they saw that 2 tile that they have to get through. So what are they thinking? I think they're probably going to try to land. Maybe, yeah, they can't sticky fly it because there's death blocks. If Ike sticky flies now, he's just going to sticky fly himself into death blocks. So it looks like Ike is going to try to maybe get up above it. I wonder what he's thinking right now. Either get up above it or get through that 2 tile gap. But the sticky fly is not an option here. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're not. Oh my word. They're not going to try to sticky fly. Wait, is that what he's thinking? Not sure. Are you actually just going to try to do an off-screen slow fly, Ike? Oh my gosh. Maybe. Oh, it looked like he was going for it. Jeez. But they do get to see ahead just a little bit. And boy, it's looking treacherous out there. Ike now also probably realizing that getting through the 2 tile in the top would not help them in any way. There's nowhere for them to jump to or land. If they were to get through there, what are you going to do? There's nothing over there but death blocks. You would not be able to sticky fly through a 1 tile like that, no. Oh no, BD, I didn't even think of that. Oh, jeez. You could duck fly. Oh my gosh. Duck fly is a 1-frame trick. By pressing duck at the moment you're jumping off to fly, you will technically still maintain the crouching state. But that's how you would do it. Oh my gosh. Well, let's not count out any of our intended strat players. We got B2, Germdove, and X-Gamer. Working hard, doing it the right way. Following the law. Yo, I hope you're all having a really fun night here. This is an excellent race to watch. I'm having a great time with this one. I hope you are too. Thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday. If you're new, we do these every single Saturday, so drop a follow for us, drop a follow for the racers, and come and see what we've got every week. It's always a really good time. Duckfly is pretty tough, but speaking of something as a Kaizo aficionado myself, sometimes a one-frame trick is easier than a complicated string of inputs. Does that, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, well, it's only a one-frame trick, and I know that sounds like I'm being sarcastic or facetious or whatever, but it's only a one-frame trick as opposed to a very tight and complicated sequence. One-frame tricks have less points of failure. You either do it or you don't. But a complicated sequence has multiple failure points that all might get you. So sometimes it's the poison you pick, you know? But really fun one tonight. Shout outs again, DappleNet. Thanks for making this one for us tonight. This one's going all over the place, man. B2, really picking up this triple platform section, just kind of slipping off the edge there. Germdove as well. Yep, really picking up on this triple platform bit. Cape is a subdiscipline of tech that just really requires really precise control and just really deft, I think is the word that I'm trying to find here. Really deft inputs. You really just want to like just have such good control over what you are actually doing, especially with the D-pad. And you see like they're kind of slipping off the edge sometimes, or they don't get the speed or whatever. That's not necessarily bad skill. That's tough Cape. So we'll see if Ike, yeah, this is the moment where Ike has to make a decision here. Are they going to go for the duck fly? No. They did not duck fly. I think Ike, I don't know. Okay, now I don't know what Ike is thinking. Are they maybe going to try to slow fly underneath everything? Like, not sticky flying, because that would put them right up into the death ceiling. But if they're careful, they might be able to hang out in that one tile of void space at the bottom and not actually hit the death blocks. No, you don't need an item for duck fly. You can just do it. At least I don't think you do. You do need an item? I stand corrected. I did not know that, actually. Okay, well, if there's one person who would know here, it's Flips. Otherwise, you start normal flight when you hit the ceiling. Word! I stand corrected. I did not know that. That is why I only have, like, an orange belt in Cape and not the supreme black belt. I am but a student of the aerial arts. Yeah, keep the Cape experts in chat to check my erroneous knowledge. Keep me honest here about this stuff. But here we go, Ike. I don't know what they're thinking right now. Oh, landing though. Oh my gosh. No way. Oh, that was such a good try. Wow. No way. Oh, that was so creative though. Man. Ike, crouch jumping to get under the ceiling and touch, well, if you cross the goal in the air, that's the situation where you don't actually have to touch the goal tape. You're up above it, and the game is just like, oh, you won, I guess. And then getting pushed backwards by clipping into the ceiling, and the only reason that didn't work for them was by touching the black death blocks. Unbelievable. That was absolutely Galaxy Brain. Absolutely Galaxy Brain move. Yeah, that's the one situation where you don't have to touch the moving goal tape. You just pass above it in the air, and the game just says, "Oh, I guess you won now, so you win." Man, that was so clever. That was so unbelievably clever. Germ Dove. Oh. Death by moonwalk. What a way to go. Yeah, that is the question right now. Are we going to see Ike cheese their way to victory tonight, or is it going to be someone who has been trying the intended strats? Ike seems very determined, but then so do X Gamer, B2, and Germ Dove. Seeing big Undertale style determination all around here. So just got to get that spin fly. We're looking at B2's screen. They've got a spin fly up there in order to flip that mushroom so it doesn't hit the sprite killer and keep it on track. And that can be tricky to do because you wind up running in to the mushroom itself and then taking it, and you don't need it at that moment, so you're just in the pit. Principled, responsible gaming. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you see that little 1000 pop up. I was watching X Gamer. They touched the mushroom. They want to spin and flip it up there without actually touching it. I mean, obviously, but nuances. And that seems to be the point that's kind of holding everybody up right now, is just getting that flight to work without actually touching the mushroom. They want to get back down and land on those platforms, like X Gamer right there, and that's going to get them through that 2-tile in the normal way. And then they're pretty close to some progress. So man, a really challenging level tonight for these racers, but a lot of fun for us. Yo, chat too, how are you doing? I feel like I feel rude. I have not even asked. I hope that you hanging out and watching, I hope you're having a great night, a fun start to your weekend, and a fun Saturday night here with us on ROM Hack Races. Hope we can add a little bit of fun entertainment for you this evening. We could all use it, huh? Oh, yo, X Gamer, there it is. Not actually touching the mushroom. There we go. Little victories, little progress. You gotta count those. Oh no, are we... Oh no! Have they given up? Oh, they might have. Oh, jeez. Oh, Ike. Oh. Correct, yeah. Black Death blocks ignore iframes. They are just instant death. They act more like lava, which will just immediately kill you. Yo, hey, pour one out for Ike. They tried. They really tried. They really tried for that cheese. It was a noble effort. Their Galaxy Brain wall clipping strat to win it. Sometimes it's the journey, not the destination, and Ike really showing that for us tonight. And what's interesting too is that Ike is very skilled. Yeah, so now they are trying this the intended way. And I think Ike was going on principle. I'm pretty sure they noticed that they could do that. I think they were just trying to play it on principle and just do it their way. But yeah, Ike almost at the checkpoint right now. If they can clear this obstacle, we could see a checkpoint there from Ike. Yeah. Oh, geez. Oh, wow. Whoa. What happened, buddy? Ah, that looked intentional. Ooh, yo, X Gamer. I'm sorry, Germdove, excuse me. Germdove in the lower left, making some progress here. And Ike, yeah, right back here. Yeah, Ike with the crouch to preserve it. Can they make it to the checkpoint? They got it. They got it. So, look out. My God, that's Ike SMB's music. Boy, Ike coming in hot here for the second half of this section, and they have seen a lot of this. Have they managed to figure out how this would actually work? X Gamer, meanwhile, making some moves up here. Oh man, this is a fun one, man. I gotta say, this is a particularly fun one tonight. Holy cow! That's what, you know, and that's maybe a good lesson is like, don't worry about cheese. Sometimes cheese can be fun. Sometimes having a little cheese in your level gives it flavor, gives it something interesting, you know? Kaizo is very linear, single solution, and we all, you know, we like these tight level designs. We hold it up as a good principle of level design, that things are cheese-free. We praise levels that are very tight and cheeseless, but sometimes it can really lead to some fun and interesting situations, some generative gameplay, some unexpected results, which really can be rewarding and just exciting to see. So, makers, take note. So now Ike gets to learn the right way to do it. Yeah, it looks like the holdup for everybody else is, like I said, this mushroom. Just getting that mushroom to stay alive and not actually touching it while they're spin flying. That seems like it would be easy, but it's really tough to control your position and momentum in that moment. A lot of really fast flow kind of going on here. Every trick flows really well into the next one. X Gamer just not giving up here. So we're just waiting for a little bit of insight from these racers. Just figuring out how they're going to deal with that mushroom obstacle. Oh, B2 just kind of going and checking the credits. Yeah, open overworld. They can just walk over to the credits. Maybe they wanted to see what patches were used. Now the thing with Spinfly, which I think should be noted because it's relevant to this obstacle, if you're watching Germdove, you can kind of see that. Spinfly utilizes your takeoff meter, and your takeoff meter depletes as you're jumping up. But what you can do with Spinfly is you can jump and rise a little bit. Then you can let go of the jump button, and if you're quick, you'll drop down once you let go of the button. But then you can repress or re-grab the button, and then you will rise again, provided you've still maintained some of your takeoff meter. It's like you have, think of it like you have an allotment of fuel when you spin fly, and you can burn off some of that fuel to rise, let it go, drop, and then burn off the remaining fuel. That might be handy in getting underneath this mushroom. You want to rise to flip it up, drop down to go underneath it, and then rise again to get over the wall. B2, taking 5. A good strat. Rest your hands, rest your mind. We're gonna go say hey to Bunker Games while B2's chilling out. Check in on them, see how they're doing tonight. Scouts doing an excellent job letting us know who to move over. BD doing a great job on the restream, switching quickly. Starlord, Citrus, and Blue Ribbon scouting for us tonight, so we really appreciate that. ROM Hack Races is made possible by the tremendous, noble efforts of our volunteers. We really, really appreciate that. And Germdove, yeah, trying to use that little double pump flight strat to get over there. X Gamer, meanwhile, yo, yeah, X Gamer, turning on the power. Yo, Germdove in the lower, woo, Germdove in the lower left-hand corner got that mushroom just a little bit farther, so I think that's PB for the intended strats. Keep your eyes on the lower left. Germdove trying to turn on that consistency right now and get back to that part. Oh, Spirits also help scouting? Well, thank you, Spirits. Ever kind, ever wonderful group of individuals. Ah, yes. Sorry, I see them in my staff info sheet. Thanks for helping. And yo, hey, if you're ever interested, these races are open to anyone who would like to sign up and give it a shot. They are not always this technical and this difficult, but we do like makers to be able to make what they want, show their particular skills and style. This week's in particular is a pretty challenging one, but just so you know, if you're interested and want to participate, they're not always a 7 out of 10 technical cape level. You never know what we're going to get every week, and you can stay in touch on the ROM Hack Races Discord. We always announce the ratings ahead of time in the day on Saturday so that you can know, make an informed decision and know whether or not you might like to race with us. Germdove in the lower left, though. Here we go. Germdove scooting right now. Ooh, okay. Germdove slipping off those carrot platforms, but that is some big progress. Germdove, another just very determined player. We're looking at Ike, we're looking at all the cheese and having fun with that. But meanwhile, these other players have just been putting in the work. They are doing their best out here, and that is very, very commendable. Who knows? We still don't have a clear yet, so still anybody's race. It's going to take a little bit of insight and a lot of bit of skill, but I know these racers are up to it. Germdove would be looking to wrap up their ninth first place. Germdove with 176 races under their belt, looking for their 9th on the podium. X-Gamer still could be their very first podium victory, first place. They've got a 2nd place. In only 17 races, they have really shown us what is up here. Bunker Games could be looking for their first on the podium too. 48 races under their belt, 1 second, 5 thirds, and Bunker could see it. And then Ike over here with the big stats. 75 races, 9 first places. So maybe looking at Bunker or X-Gamer tonight would be the big story. Getting their very first. Germdove, I think, has made it the farthest with intended strats. I kind of forget how Louis got there, whether or not they had succeeded thus far and got there, or whether or not they just kind of got themselves over there to see what was going on. I forget what was the case for Louis. Hey, well that's a real coincidence there, Dot, because we love our trans comrades too. What a coincidence. No clears yet. Some big cheese from Ike, and all racers right now working on the 2nd out of 2 sections. Big progress, though, with the intended strats from Germdove in the lower left. Oh, I like that cat emote running with the Transprad flag. Aw, that's a good one. Go, cat, go. Aw, that cat head boop emote. Aw, jeez, these are good cats. Someone in my chat last night, I know this is off topic, but... Oh, look out, Ike, though. Whoa, Ike making progress. Hold up. Speaking of being on topic, Ike, though. Yeah, escorting that mushroom. They're starting to get the hang of actually doing it the intended way. Someone in my chat last night said that they had an orange cat, and the orange cat's name was Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit, and I've been thinking about that all day. Cause, you know, I'm a big fan of Orange Cat. Big Orange Cat fan over here. I like this Germ Dove. Yeah, Germ Dove playing it out. You notice, even though Germ Dove loses the mushroom, they still play out the rest of the section. We've seen that a bit from racers tonight, and I really think it's good form. I mean, yeah, maybe you're losing a little time in the race, but it's good practice just to do the motions anyway. It prepares you for success when you do get it right. Clearly, they know what they want. You just kind of bungled something up on the way there. How's your weekend, too? Y'all doing okay? Feeling good? Again, if you have questions or want to learn about the mechanics or anything, feel free. I feel like most people at this point kind of understand where we're at and what we're doing. So, we're waiting for some progress. We're here to cheer everybody on. You know, but like, how's your weekend doing? You doing alright? Nice that this heat wave, at least over here, has finally subsided a little bit. Now it is kind of gray and rainy, and I am loving it. It's not 1,000,000 degrees. Feeling comfy. Yeah, I noted on that too, BD, that Ike's Cheese did mean he saw these setups. Whether or not he put together how to actually do that, what he was really skipping, maybe another matter, but he did see them. Ooh, sheesh, Germ Dove. Man, if there's one thing I like, it's warm rain. When it's like warm and rainy, man, I love it. I don't even mind getting caught in the rain. It's just pleasant. X-Gamer, ooh, yo, ooh, getting on a good run. Not getting the P-speed on those platforms, though. Meanwhile, Germ Dove, really just turning on this consistency. Ah, a little slow. A little slow on catching that mushroom. Yeah, it is 72 out here for me. But feels comfier. Ike. Yo, look out. Ike putting on the consistency here. Oh. Well, bad weather is when the sky is mad at you and the air is insulting you. It's like you're being bullied by the air. Oh man, X-Gamer, can they catch the mushrooms so close, man? Yeah, yo, Ike though, showing us that their cape skills aren't necessarily simply cheese. Cape skills can be used for more than cheesing, and Ike trying to prove that. Oh, well, I'm glad y'all are feeling well. I hope you're feeling well. There's still a lot to be glad about. Some great Kaizo, a weekend to chill and relax. Some excellent cape skills from all these racers. Ike. Ike, making some progress. Gotta really appreciate the determination from these players. I am very impressed. Yeah, you know, I hear that. I hear the level ending sound too, and I'm like, oh, who won? Who won? I always think it's kind of funny to use gold tapes as barriers. I've done that myself in Search for Salmon. It's just funny. Like, really turning on the consistency here. They've definitely got that mushroom spin flip dialed in. Using that double spin cape pump like we talked about. Oh, Ike trying something. But they flipped the mushroom twice and sent it back in the other direction. Anybody playing anything cool this weekend? Any good games? What's good for video games this weekend? Ike, though, look out. You know, speaking of good at video games, all right. Ike, moving that mushroom correctly. But hitting the goal a little too soon. Yo, we're getting a Peachy Moat World too, huh? Ah, first I've heard of it. That's pretty cool. Nice. Could be a big year for sequels. Oh yeah, I forgot that was going on. Yeah. It is summer speedrun marathon time. I'm pretty excited for all the Kaizo we're gonna get at GDQ and that big Mario Maker 2 race. I saw they released saw GDQ release the list of games that are gonna be at the arcade. If you're going to GDQ, y'all are getting some really good pinball, man. Jeez. Y'all get Theater of Magic. I love Theater of Magic. Welcome to the Theater of Magic, they'd say. Oof, Ike. Man, everybody's just slipping off these carrot platforms. It's harder than it seems. You're running against the platforms, and you are gaining speed, but it is possible just to kind of overrun and slip off. Easier said than done. You gotta really kind of have an intuitive sense of how long you have to run before that P-speed is gonna kick in, and then jump at the appropriate moment. Ike, oh no, Ike. They're making all the right moves, but they're just not quite getting there yet. Yeah, BD, I was just thinking that. Yeah. Yeah, for a first ROM hack race level, this is... Yeah, we are bringing the heat tonight. I don't know, DappleNet, do you have any hacks on SMW Central? Normally I look it up ahead of the stream. My apologies for not doing that tonight. Where can people find your work? Yo, look out, Ike! Oh man, Ike, making some progress. Oh, jeez. Yeah, whoa, whoa. Ike, though. And Germdove, oh, getting so close. Working on your first hack currently? Excellent. Glad to hear it. Yo, we'll be looking forward to that one when it comes out. Oh man, say lately I've been feeling like I gotta get back into some SMW design. Between playing the new Low Yoshi hack and Responsible World, the new Eden hack that's been busting chops all over town, I feel like I gotta get something going. Anybody else working on some cool projects? What are y'all creating? X-Gamer, oh, look out. Speaking of summer speedrun marathons, the Flame Fatale schedule, Fatale's mentioned. Well, that's so exciting. I bet we're gonna get to see some great runs from some awesome streamers. Wow, that's gonna be so fun. Oh, now see, I like this, Spree. I like this too, yes. Working on an outdoor moss garden and frog pond. Love it. Love it. Moss garden and frog pond. Ike in the upper left, turning on that consistency. They know what they want here. Oh. Trying to get a little look at that next section. Yeah, Ike, stopping to take a look here at what's coming up. Tough level tonight. But I'm glad we're having some fun. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, Flips. Sign up and race with us if you want. Did you bring enough dumb strats for the class? Yo, Ike, man, locking into this consistency though. Yeah, going through the motions, Ike is learning what they want for when they will succeed. Thought I heard a win. Oh, fair, Flips, fair. Yeah, as soon as you said that, I thought, oh, she was probably using tools. Gold tape jump scare. Oh, Germ Dove, man, the determination though. Germ Dove, really, they're just like inches away from big progress. X Gamer too. Oh, getting a little bit farther. Okay, so we've seen. X Gamer has seen what is coming up. We've got to be getting close here. Sheriff Mouser must be close. Oh, yo, meanwhile, Ike just like chopping away at this consistency. This is a battle of skills tonight. So I hope you all are feeling good, being comfy. Do a little vibe check for everybody. How you doing? Thanks for hanging out. This is a particularly tough one, but I'm really having a lot of fun watching this. I hope you are too. Thanks again to DappleNet for this one. Jeez, what a ride, man. What a ride. You know, I just say that all the time now. When, like, I feel like I'm getting close to the end of the level. Sheriff Mouser must be close. From the GDQ race. I want to help make it a meme. I want that to be a meme. I like it. Oh my, I don't know. It's the weekend, so I hope you're getting a chance to relax. Ike! Ah, the dive. Again, if you're just getting here late, you got any questions, you want to learn a little bit more about us, what we're doing here, ask in chat, or you can head on over to romhackraces.com. Download this patch if you dare to try it for yourselves. And, we got races like this every week. Not as difficult sometimes. Not that difficulty's a bad thing, but sometimes they're a little more chill. I think this one is kind of on the extreme end of the spectrum. Yo, the sync, X Gamer and Bunker Games. Oh man, they were perfectly synced there for a minute. I just like when that happens. Yeah, we try to provide, if there is like a really specialized kind of tech being used, we try to mention that ahead of time. You know, I like the aspect that this can be a sight reading race. I think that's very cool and something interesting that Kaizo and other modded fan games kind of provide. A chance to sight read in an engine that you already know and a physics engine that you're already familiar with. But we try to manage expectations a little bit so people aren't blindsided by the, well, I didn't know this was going to be a cape level or whatever. Yeah, true. This is Ike really playing the intended strats for only an hour, and there was an hour spent just going for the cheese. Yeah, the untold story of tonight. What would Louis Duce have done? Ah, Ike, one cape spin away from getting that mushroom up over. No clears yet, no off streams. Our scouts are pretty great about seeing who's making progress, so we really try to get who's if someone has a chance at it, the scouts notice that, let us know, and then we rotate it right in on the mainstream. So mainstream. That's a good question. Our scouts would know. How many other people are on the second section? We've got 7 racers tonight. So Bunker Games is on screen. Endless Ascent. Oh, B2 also not hanging out on stream right now. Oh, 2 options. Okay. Both. I like this. Both. Oh, yo, X Gamer. Do we lose their stream? Hey, I just want to point out, this level is really challenging. And we say, ROM hack races or whatever, but it's worth pointing out again that this is a challenge for the players against the level. This is a chance for us all to improve our skills a little bit and try our best. Coming out, giving this your all, giving it a try, win, lose, draw, whatever. That is commendable. And I just really want to thank, everybody for putting on a good show. X Gamer, excellent try. Can always play this again sometime. Excellent try. Keep up the work. We grow together, we improve together, and we'll get through. Yeah, sometimes it is nice, honestly. Some levels get cleared really quickly, and sometimes it's nice to have a bit of a longer grind. But for DNFs tonight, just no shame, no shade. In fact, it's really commendable that you come out and you try on this one. Thank you for racing with us. It is an honor to put these races on and see people's determination and skill just shining through. No matter what happens, regardless of the leaderboard, regardless of the clear. The skill development and the determination goes a really long way. And I'm proud of everyone for coming out and trying this. And I really mean that. I really mean that. Yo, X Gamer, good work tonight. Good work tonight. I hope there's no rough feelings. Don't need any rough feelings. You did a very, very good job. Playing real determined, and I'm proud of everybody. I really, really mean that. DNF did not finish. For now. Perhaps a temporary condition. But we got Ike, Endless Ascent, Germ Dove, Bunker Games working on this. Ike's looking pretty sharp here. Clutch it out for us. Yeah, Ike, just building these skills. Ah. Yeah, and you see again, Ike, just going through the movements. That's really handy. I think that's a good takeaway for learning for prospective players, for all of us playing Kaizo. Is just kind of go through the movements anyway. You lost the mushroom, you didn't get the thing. Play it out. Go down swinging. You want to grind that practice as efficiently as you can. And sometimes the way to do that is not to throw the run as soon as you think you've messed something up. Ike, looking real sharp here. Ike in the upper left. Oh, mushroom grab though. Yeah, Ike's looking at that damage boost run. So we know we're getting close. That's where you'll use the mushroom. Oh man, Ike. Ah, flipped it the wrong way. They gotta flip that mushroom to the right, not to the left. But while we're hanging out here, just say I want to give shout outs again to all the volunteers and friends who are helping us out with this. BD on the restream tonight, DappleNet making this super challenging level for everybody. Mason, Mithrillionaire, and Blue Ribbon High Life for testing, as well as Star-Lord, Citrus Gremlin, Blue Ribbon, and Fens, who are scouting everybody tonight. We do these every Saturday night, so first off, go and follow the racers. There are a lot of really cool people playing Kaizo in our community. You're one click away from a stream that you're really going to like, and go and support our friends. If you're seeing someone cool, they're getting their name out there, they're trying their best here with RomHack Races, and I think you should go and give them a follow. Once you're done doing that, follow us here on RomHack Races, and we're back every Saturday night with another fun Super Mario World Kaizo level. Sometimes they're a little easier, sometimes they're a little tougher, but it is always a good time. Just a fun community event where we can all get together, cheer each other on, and improve our skills and work together as a community. And for you in chat, like, shout outs to chat for hanging out and being so supportive and kind. You all really help set the tone with your enthusiasm and with your kindness, and I really appreciate that. Oh, well, you know, I'm still gonna thank Citrus Gremlin for just being nice and good, and for posting ducks. Citrus has posted ducks. I've seen the ducks. They're very duck-like. I like these ducks. Germ Dove. Oh, man. Yo, Germ Dove getting some progress, too, here. You're seeing it solidify over time. This is your most watched sporting event. Touchdown! You know, that's funny, because as a commentator, when I was a kid, I always would watch the hockey games with my dad, and the Pittsburgh Penguins, and there was a commentator for the Pittsburgh Penguins by the name of Mike Lang, and I always really liked listening to Mike Lang's commentary. He just made the game really exciting, and it was just fun to listen to. And I've sort of tried to channel that a little bit myself in the commentary. And I know this is silly, but when I was a kid, I would always imagine that like I was playing games and it was like a sports event. This is like in like the early 90s, you know, and like there's a crowd watching. Everyone is excited at the cool games and the cool skill. There's an announcer that's like Mike Lang, that's like saying what's going on in the game and getting people excited. And I didn't, you know, at the time I thought, well, that's not realistic. The grown-ups don't care about video games. I was imagining a GDQ or a ROM hack race. I just never knew that that would ever actually be a thing. So it's been really a privilege and an exciting honor to grow up with everyone. Now we're all the adults, and we bring these games that we love forward into the future. And now there is a crowd, and there are announcers, and there is a lot of excitement and hype for these games. And that's really cool. It's been a great joy of my life. I am honestly, I'm so glad to hear this. Really glad to hear the feedback for us for ROM hack races. Say, we'll be here every Saturday night. We got another race coming up next week, so tune in. Not gonna want to miss it. I know all the fans, friends, volunteers, we are just out here doing our best. BD, you do so much. By just working here, geez, you do so much for us. Keeping everybody in line, staying organized. BD, you're a real MVP. What's the female MVP? MVF? I don't know how to. I want like, you know, like different nouns in French, or, you know, have like the feminine version. But you do a lot for us, BD. And I really appreciate that. And I know the community does as well, because we get to have these excellent events. I'm really sad I'm going to miss everybody at GDQ. I really am going to miss everyone at GDQ. So, I know that's coming up pretty soon. I think ROM hack races may be taking... Yeah, I was just gonna ask. See, look at that. Look, BD keeping us all in line, knowing the schedule. That is so helpful. Alyssa level next week. That's gonna be stellar, actually. Alyssa SMW, a very talented player, very creative. I've played one of her levels recently-ish, and wow, it was really, really far out. Yeah, and then taking 7-12 off for a break for SGDQ. Oh, I won't know what to do with myself. Well, normally we have Super Mario World Kaizo. We generally stick to Mario. That's kind of our thing, is SMW Kaizo. We have in the past had Mario 3 and Mario 2. And years ago we did a ROM hack only speedrun charity marathon featuring just any ROM hacks that people would submit. Speaking of which, there is fan game marathon coming up soon as well. We've got GDQ, we got Flame Fatales, and we've got fan game marathon, which is going to have some excellent Kaizo runs, as well as other I Want to Be the Guy, Monkey Ball, and other ROM hack adjacent type fan games. Anything fan game, it's going to be in fan game marathon. I know we got Gossip Greg and Om Nom Nom doing a race of my favorite things, and we've got Revelug doing 2 runs of games that I should remember, but I do not remember. But yeah, normally we got SMW Kaizo here. That's kind of our main thing. A lot of us are, you know, SMW Kaizo community folks. Dude, big shout outs to Wolsk. Oh, well, we're getting pretty close here. Ike getting really close to some progress and making it through this one. Very tough level tonight. We usually schedule 2 hours for these broadcasts. Sometimes the levels are a little rougher, sometimes they're a little easier, but it's always a good time. We are going to take this into overtime for just a little bit. We want to get a clear here, but we are going to raid out in a few. So, put your energy in chat. Give these racers your energy for final clear. There is no actual time limit. Racers can keep going as long as they want, really. When we've recorded clears well in excess of 2 hours, we schedule 2 hours a week for these broadcasts. Because, you know, we're volunteers and, you know, we got other stuff we're trying to do. So that's kind of our stream time. I would recommend, if you want to see how some of these racers do, follow them. Go and follow them on Twitch and hang out in their chat. We're gonna take it into a little overtime, but we are gonna raid out here pretty soon. Ike, though, looking very, very close. You can find all these racers on their streams. Ike SMB, Endless Ascent, Germdove, Bunker Games. Ike, man, that was so good. Yeah, Germdove over here. Oh, that was... Oh, excuse me. I was watching... I was getting Ike and Germdove mixed up. Yeah, Germdove out here really making moves. Big determination, man. I think that's just, like I said, man, so commendable. Ike with a shot here. Picking up the mushroom instead. But really, the ending is up to the racers. We just, you know, we got a 2-hour broadcast on Saturdays. All right. Suggest go and follow these racers if you want to see the conclusion of anyone's individual runs. I want to say thank you to the racers tonight for putting in the determination. That is a very admirable trait and something that is really important in Kaizo. Win or lose or draw, the determination and skill really matters here. Thanks to everyone for coming out tonight and watching. Thank you to DappleNet for making this monstrously difficult level. And thanks to you for hanging out in chat, spending the evening with us and having fun. We will be back next Saturday with another race. And until then, we're going to go over and say what's up to the man of the hour, Ike SMB. So, have a really good rest of your night, and we'll see you all around the Kaizo community on Twitch. You matter. Your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 Longboy Furret. And the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled, autistic, and plural lives matter. And you. So we'll catch you around again. Stick around, Ike Stream. You're going to see it. And we will be back next Saturday. Thank you so much for being a part of this tonight. We'll see you then. Peace.